All right. So I'm rebooting the stream, which should be a bit less laggy, hopefully. And we're here in this game. It's gonna be Mameron, who's from Brazil, he says, taking on Solar in a PvZ. And all I can say right now is, as YouTube goes ahead and creates yet another VOD on the channel because I rebooted. Is there, like, a way to not do that? Is there a way to not have YouTube create a VOD after shutting off the stream for, like, 5 seconds? Or for 2 minutes? That would be real nice. This is the most chillax and relaxed stream there's ever been. It's kind of like a technical test run. And now I go and I delete this VOD that I don't want to be public on my channel. I should really check that box which says unlit. We're back! And I apologize yet again to everyone. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that this has been like the worst live stream ever. I hope you still love me. Right now we got Solar who's breaking down the wall. The shield battery's got to work double time. Shield battery, heal the wall, heal the wall. Oh no, it's not gonna be done in time. GG gets called as Solar takes game number 1. G to the G. Let me know how the stream is now, guys. Yeah, we went away from gym because of that the way the last match was. Alright, so that last game ended rather quickly. Rather quickly, but we're into the next one now as this best of 3 is continuing on. He's going to be taking another crack at Solar. It's Mameron. And in the bottom right, it's a man who wastes no time. It's Solar, and he's going for an early pool in this PvZ. He does not want to have... He does not want to to tolerate any shenanigans, basically. No shenanigans is what Solar says. None. Mameron has gone for an early probe scout, so he knows he's going to be facing off against this. Whether he'll actually be able to stop it, that's a different question. Knowing is only half the battle. He is going to be able to toss up that gateway, that cyber core. A zealot should be chrono boosting out immediately. There is the zealot now being chrono boosted. Good stuff, good stuff. Solar's going all in with this, though. He's going to be pulling the droney boys. He's going the real deal, full cheese-a-roni, and I'm not sure Mameron knows about this. If he does, it's quite a simple fix. He's just got to get a pylon behind the zealot. We'll see if... But he's moving his probe away. So I think Solar's about to pull a quick one on him. The probe almost makes it into the main base, but the drones have not yet been seen. Is Mameron going to react? He's got to build a pylon behind this wall. He builds the battery, so the drones kind of get behind the zealot. The zealot's position is not perfect, seeing as how he actually does get surrounded. Another zealot is about to pop out, but it's on the wrong side of town. So Mameron's going to double down. He's going to try and expand this wall. The shield battery will eventually finish to help out. And keep in mind, guys, Solar has no workers back at home. So there's a chance that Mameron holds on. He's going to need to toss up another building behind this gateway. Have that shield battery start healing one of these gateways. This is the one he chooses to finish, so the Adept can work away on it. The battery is going to keep healing, doing what it can. The Adept now is starting to thin out these numbers. The Zealot's in the wall, but I'm not sure if that's a full wall up. It does look like it just barely is. Keep in mind, the drones can do a drone drill once again, and that's exactly what we're going to see from Solar. There is no more unit production from Mameron. He's going to try and save the Adept with the shield battery. He's pulling his probes, and as long as it's a reasonably close fight, he can do fine. He's actually got a very good wall going up right now. I think Mameron might have actually held this, and Solar kind of just underestimated this guy and is gonna have thrown the game. It looks like another battery is finishing up, so this Adept will be fine. Solar basically has to kill all these units with the lings that he has. He's mining, like, not at all. The Adept stays alive, and let's take a look. What's the count? 1 Adept, 10 lings. Some probes can be pulled to help out as long as it's a reasonable, like a reasonable defense, then the probes are fine. The Adept needs to be body blocked by these probes so she can get her good frisbee shots off, and it looks like she's doing okay. This is actually going to be absurdly close. Great hold position. Mameron holds and takes a map off of Solar, just like that. Wow, what a great hold by Mameron, showing us that he's not going to be one to slack, and that he's going to hold a game against one of the best Zergs in the world in Starcraft 2. So really, really good hold. I doubt Solar's going to do something like that again, but that was really something there. Well done by Mameron. Well done indeed. Wow, what a game that was. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to hit that like button. Doing so is appreciated. Join the Discord, which is linked down below. And I'm actually gonna link something here. It's actually my Trovo account. We're trying to plug the Trovo a little bit. If you guys can go make an account there, that's where Falcon and I are going to be doing new events. So that's a cool place to check out if you guys can go ahead, hit that follow button. I'd really appreciate it. You do need to make an account, but it's one of those things that takes 2 seconds to make an account. And yeah, it does actually help the stream a lot. All right, so here we are in the bottom, or the top right. The legend just took a map off of Mameron. What an actual god. Or the legend took a map off of Solar. I don't know what level Mameron is actually as a player, but that was actually really well done by him. There's no way Solar's gonna try something like that again, I don't think. He knows he's the favored player by a significant margin, but that doesn't mean he's just gonna slack off or anything like that. Eugene saying, why was the stream hard restarted? If you're referring to, like, just now, it shouldn't have been. But, like, a minute or two ago, I was doing a bunch of reboots because I'm trying to stream on multiple platforms here. That's the main thing. So yeah, I've been kind of managing that, and I apologize. It's been a bit of a it's been a lower quality stream than we should be doing by rights lately. But yeah. Anyway, we take a look right now. That drone is going to go into an extractor. Solar's just going for a normal opening, so there'll be a pool on the way next as Mameron's scouting this out. I hope I'm pronouncing his ID correctly as well. But yeah, we take a look. Mameron, he's actually going for a Cybercore first, which I find a little bit odd. Before the Nexus is not a standard play in PvZ. Hello to everyone who's tuning in. If you guys would go ahead and press that like button, press that subscribe, follow button, it would be appreciated. The probe for Mameron's going to come in again, take a look at Solar's base, see what's going on. I'm excited to see what Mameron's going to bring out in a match like this. Like, you've actually taken a map off of Solar, so there's a chance you can take a series off of Solar. Which is definitely not an easy thing, but there's potential to it. There is potential. Stargate's on the way next. That's kind of what I felt when he was getting a quicker Cybercore. Yeah. We'll see if he's able to do anything crazy, though, that'll throw Solar off, potentially. See if he's able to work any wonders. Test Me, yeah, it's a new platform. They're sponsoring some Starcraft events, so I might be hanging out there a little bit more lately. Alright, we take a look. Overlord's being worked on by a Stalker. Yep. Lings are now coming on in. Alright, we've got multiple Oracle play coming out of Mameron. That's his choice. All the while Solar is getting up Pneumatized Carapace, so his Overlords will be able to scout this is coming. That's a rather big deal. Of course, Mameron's third base is going to be delayed because of this play. He's now moving out with his Adepts as he wants to get up to fourth base. So the fourth is delayed a little bit. Solar's coming in. He's going to be spotting the first Stargate. He's going to fly over. He'll see the second one. Looks like Mameron was kind of trying to hide the Oracles, but they've been seen now. I imagine Solar's reaction is just going to be to get a Hydra Den as soon as possible. We already see him starting an extra gas, realizing he's going to need that. And, yeah. Solar shouldn't be too affected by this. And honestly, I think Solar's just going to make a bunch of Hydras and try and kill Mameron. Steve Peterson saying, is it possible to play versus the Alpha Star AI instead of the in-game AI? Unfortunately, it's not. The Alpha Star project is done. So, sadly, you can't play versus it. Alright, Oracle's now coming in. They're actually going to engage a Queen, just going for a quick grab. They do manage to get her, which is good. There's another Queen. She's run into the Spore Crawler defense, though. And this is where things become complicated for the Protoss player, as Solar's just going to start pumping out Hydras off the back of a 68 economy, a 68 drone economy, and Zergs can make a lot of Hydras off that. And then all of a sudden, as a Protoss, you're expected to defend against this many Hydras, when in reality, like, it's just not doable when you've committed so much to Oracle. And so yeah, we even see a Baneling Nest on the way at fourth base. Solar's pretty confident. He knows how to play against this sort of style, so we'll see if Mameron's going to be able to make like some magic happen, get something done, but it's not going to be super easy for him. We take a look. There is, yeah, just everything that you'd expect to see for Solar. Mameron's going for Charge, but the problem is Charge isn't that good against Hydras or Banelings, which isn't too good. The Oracles are going to find this hatchery, and he's going to throw up a Stasis Ward behind it to sort of wall this off. Catches the Hydras, which is really nice, but the problem is he did burn energy just to get that hatch. This is going to make Solar maybe a little bit annoyed that he actually lost the hatch, but at the same time, Mameron's going to have a very hard time holding on against what's going to be coming his way. Assuming Solar doesn't jump the gun and attack without Banelings, yeah, it's going to be very, very hard for Mameron to hold on against the storm that's coming. Against the Zerg that's going to be Zerging its way over here. I mean, there is quite a Zealot army for Mameron. He's actually going to be making Archons after this, and he's got a lot of gas banked up. So he will be able to make a lot of Archons. The problem is the Hydras can kite everything, so the Oracles are actually going to have to be very important in this fight. The Zealots are going to close the distance. Yeah, the Zealots are going to close the distance. The Archons will tank, and the Oracles are going to have to deal the damage. Mameron's pulling everything to deal with one Overseer. That seems like a bit of a mistake. Maybe his Knight is paranoid. He's got to be careful with his army right now, and he's got to make sure he's making as many units as he can. He's got some High Templar, and he is getting towards Psystorm. Solar's attack isn't exactly the sharpest timing we've seen, but it is going to hit before Psystorm. So I think and the fact that there's all these Banelings is going to make life really complicated. The Zealots are just going to run into the Banes. The Archons are going to try and be the ones who tank against the Banes. And most of the Banes are now gone. The Oracles can come in, but they're a little bit disjointed from the Archons and the Zealots, so they're going to take a lot of damage. GG, well played, gets called. Solar takes the match. In the end, GG gets called. So, yeah, Solar was able to win as expected. I think that if you're Mameron, though, you can be very, very pleased with the result you had. Oh, Dong Ragu's here, guys. Dong Ragu. Next up is going to be Solar versus Golden. Ooh, Special's got a match going. Let's see who's he playing. I think we'll wait for Solar versus Golden. I haven't cast Golden since he played. So we will wait for that. The winner of that match is then going to go on to face... well, someone good down the line. Yeah, I feel like part of the reason... Like, this is actually since it just came to light that Blizzard was ditching Starcraft. I wonder if... My question is whether... My question is basically whether that had something to do with them abandoning the Alpha Star project. Alright, so we're gonna be waiting for Solar versus Golden. Oh, they're on the Korean server, aren't they? Oh no, they left! Okay, so we're not gonna get Solar versus Golden because they snuck away. They snuck away. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna be jumping into Nina versus Poker. Apparently the first game was wild. Apparently the first game was bananas. Alright. So, here we are into this best of 3, just jumping into another series. In the bottom left, I have never cast him before, but I'm excited to. He seems like a very happy guy. It's Poker. And in the top right, we have got a paused game. Which I'm actually going to take this as an opportunity to grab my coat. And also, hello, Vindicta.
Game resumed.
Hello, hello, hello. All right. We have got ourselves a gateway going up for Nina. No surprise there. And we've got a forge going up for Poker. Okay. So we're going to be having a cannon rush in a PvP. Maybe, just maybe, I'm about to learn how to actually defend a cannon rush. I have my doubts. Alright, so, looks like we've got multiple pylons going up for Poker, so this is a solid wall, so Nina can't pull probes to attack whatever's going to get built on the low ground, which is just going to... He starts piling, cancels the pylon. I guess that's just to make sure that he doesn't actually lose all the minerals. Now he can cancel that, probably throw up a cannon in that part of the wall, and effectively, Nina's in trouble right now. Nina's response is that she's building up her own forge, and that's so she can toss up her own cannon. She is going to be getting a pylon in her own nexus. And apparently a forge is part of the way you stop a cannon rush that's coming to hit you. It's just going to be cannons versus cannons all the way down. There's currently 3 buildings for Poker, 1 building for Nina. She does have the Zealot out, however. Can the cannon zone out the Zealot? No, it can't. So Nina is targeting down the cannon that was closest to finishing. The probes are kind of working away on this cannon that Nina has to try and soften it up as much as possible. Looks like this cannon's actually going to finish. It's not going to be canceled. It's going to shoot the Zealot a little bit, which is actually alright because another cannon is about to finish up, and that will kill off the Zealot. There's currently an HP lead for Poker, and so Poker's cannon's going to win the fight, and Nina is going to lose most of her production. Now that that cannon's dead, I think we should need to see another forward pylon from Poker, potentially. Looks like the choice is going to be no, as, of course, Poker doesn't know that there's actually no cannon building for Nina yet, but there we go, now we see it. And basically, this is going to completely allow Poker to have cannons in range of the Nexus of Nina. And Nina is just making a Cyber Core. She's now throwing up a cannon next to her Nexus, and that might be what she needs to defend this. We'll see if there's going to be a position that Poker can get that will actually allow this to work out or not. Currently, it's just 1 cannon to 1 that's building. Nina's got the lead. It looks like these two are actually going to be in range of each other, so I think we need to see like 2 or 3 building right here if Poker can possibly afford it. Like, honestly, if he hadn't invested in the gateway, then I think he could have been fine. But for now, it looks like Nina is going to hold her Nexus, and that means she's just going to be able to walk this off. Yeah, that pylon even being targeted is pretty big, but I definitely think that Poker maybe could have made that wait. However, he was kind of middle grounding it a bit, and now his rush has effectively failed. Nina didn't really lose any workers to that, so she was just able to save herself by getting up her own cannon. She even had a battery on the way behind that to secure that the cannon couldn't be killed off. Wow, what a game. What a game to start things off. There is a Nexus on the way for Poker behind this, which I do like and respect. The problem is, the one gateway Poker has is on this side of the map, whereas Nina is now going to actually go for a fleet beacon. Oh, that is some dirty, dirty stuff. That's for sure. Oh my gosh, that is some very dirty stuff. We take a look. There is a Void Ray on the way. That'll be the first step to cracking these cannons and stuff. Is it going to be a mothership for Nina? Is Nina going to go into a mothership? I don't know. But they were talking about it in the chat. I also see a lot of you guys are chatting up about Alpha Star. For starters, make sure to hit the like button, but then join the Discord. We actually have a channel just for, like, AI. Which I'm sure you guys would love if you're not already in the Discord. Yeah, so the Void Ray can't do much yet. Nina is having to deal with this Adept that's in her base, but it's not going to get anything, so Poker made a noble attempt there. Nina's now going to throw up a cannon in her mineral line. And she's got a mothership on the way. Oh, the Void Ray finds the sweet spot, so this is going to get unpowered. All these cannons are now useless. Alright, the mothership takes a long, long time to build for Nina. Poker is making a Phoenix. But the problem is, I think a mothership beats Phoenix by quite a large degree. So unless there's like a battery or something for Poker to retreat to, I'm not sure what he can do. He is, like, I like the idea of countering a Void Ray with Phoenix. But the problem is trying to counter a mothership with Phoenix just isn't going to work out. They won't deal any damage to each other, and Nina's actually going for a carrier with the mothership. So she's going to have a Void Ray, a carrier, and a mothership. It sounds like the start of a bad joke. It sounds like the start of a bad joke. Zealot, the Void Ray are cleaning everything up. Looks like the Phoenix are going to hunt down the Void Ray. It might actually get killed off, but it should make it to the shield battery. So it takes a little bit of hull damage, and that was basically for Poker revealing that he's going Phoenix, which is probably going to put a smile on Nina's face, because carriers in a mothership, or even carrier in a mothership, should beat a high number of Phoenix, particularly if there's no detection for Poker, because the interceptors can't be shot, so the Phoenix will have to kill off the mothership at first. And that is not good if you're Poker. Poker is getting up a lot of shield batteries. I guess he's worried about like a big attack or something like that. In reality, the Mama ship is just moving across the map. There's gonna be 6 Phoenix. 8 Phoenix in all, it looks like, as 2 more just finish up. With the batteries, maybe they can hold on against this. It depends if the interceptors, like, pop out of range, because the Phoenix will kill off the interceptors very quickly. Says the one who goes one base mothership. So I guess that Poker has figured this out, that it is a mothership play. Yeah, I guess he scouted the fleet beacon, so he knows. And apparently his answer is shield batteries and just more Phoenix. Alright. Phoenix are on the way. This is an AI Cup. No, these are players, Zizzler. Alright, a recall gets used by Nina. What she's bringing here, I am unsure. I really like the play from Poker to pull the Phoenix back so that they can actually pick off the interceptors. The carrier losing those interceptors is big, and there actually is enough Phoenix that they're working away on the interceptors. With those dead, a lot of the DPS that Nina has is gone. The Phoenix can start picking off some of these units. They haven't been able to get the mothership, but I definitely think they can dive on the mothership, as they're just putting out a lot of damage. And with that, basically all the interceptors are dead. Nina's going for a very, very ballsy mass cannon battery interceptor play against this, but all the units Nina has are going to die. The concern now is for Poker, is that Poker doesn't actually have a counter to all of these cannons that are going to be getting up. Looks like Poker should be able to kill them all with the probe pull. It's going to be mighty close, but there we go. He does just start up a Void Ray. Nina's going to throw up a Nexus, because why not? Oh my gosh, what a game. What a game this is. I think Poker should have this, even if he has to abandon his main base Nexus. The battery is going to be healing up this, so the Void Ray can get out, and then can always be more Void Rays building. They did just announce a new season of Probot. Seeing as how we're gonna be getting towards the end of the Alpha Star content, I'm definitely gonna be keeping an eye out on the Probot. All right, let's take a look here. The Phoenix are going to be picking off them probes, so there's basically no economy for Nina now behind that. She's got literally 1 probe, and I don't think there's a way she can make a victory happen off of 1 probe. She just won't be able to possibly push quick enough in order to make something happen, so I think that Poker has tied this up. I think. Poker is now getting up his own fleet beacon, so he is going to be able to just toss up his own mothership if he wants. But yeah, Nina has got nothing. She's going to try and make more probes, make an Oracle, but yeah, there's bases all over for Poker. Poker's laughing. Poker's in a great spot. Nina, she is dead. She dead. The Void Rays can now, I don't know, go hunt Nina's Nexus if they want to. Yeah, it is exciting, the fact that there's going to be another season of Probots. We take a look right now, the Voids are flying around. There's just so many Nexus up for Poker, however. There's Tempest on the way. There's going to be that Tectonic Destabilizers upgrade, which will just wreck everything. The Phoenix are going to fly on in for Poker. They're going to see these probes, but they can honestly just commit on, kill the probes, get out. Phoenix for that tanky. Nina, like, losing all of her economy, literally. GG gets called. Poker is able to take the game and tie up the series. Well done. Well done by Poker. Well done by Poker. Madagon in chat says, WTF am I watching? To which I think that's the most appropriate response to something like that. I think it honestly is. Like, I don't know what we were just watching, but I'm excited for the next game. Looks like the stream does keep disconnecting a little bit, so Trovo keeps, like, basically killing it. And so there's gonna be a bajillion videos on the channel of, Alright, so it's gonna be Poker taking on Nina. Let's take a look at Poker's profile. If we have a second. Is he someone who just cannon rushes? Poker's got 1,400 career games. I feel that they're from another server. Maybe? Let's see. Are they just a cannon rusher? Yeah, guys, Poker's a professional cannon rusher. What's Probots? Probots is a bot competition that people develop their bots, and then they'll play games of Starcraft against other people's bots. It's really cool. Alright, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen, into the next game. It's the tied series. We'll see who's gonna take it. In the top left, it's the cannon rusher. It's Poker. And in the bottom right, representing Team Exxon, it is Nina. Yeah, American. There's a joke about American Starcraft, guys. It's going full NA, things like that. You never go full NA. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool bots that people make. As this cannon rush is starting, by the way, I was totally tapped out. Yeah. The main thing about Probots that makes it really cool is the fact that the bots basically have personalities because they're designed to do one thing for the most part. Like a 2-Rax bot, a Blink bot, a Microbot. Will you ever cast 2v2? Anytime I see 2v2, I'll cast it. But the problem is, finding 2v2 to cast is not an easy thing. Like, there's not a lot of pro 2v2 games. Cannons are now getting up for Poker. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3 going up. Nina has got her own cannons going up, so it's going to be cannons versus cannons. Cannons all the way down. Followed by Cannons the sequel, Cannons the return of the cannons, and Cannons the revenge. Alright, so Cannon is now up shooting Cannon with its cannony hatred against the other cannon. Looks like Poker has decided to target the back cannon of Nina while the front cannon does some work, and it looks like Poker's targeting with the cannons. It's actually very, very good. Looks like the front cannon for Poker will go down. However, this cannon will still reach that cannon, and it's actually going to be a rather close cannon battle, this one. I think Poker's cannon will win the day, though. And now that Poker's actually got out a Zealot, I think he should get that Zealot in there. The cannons do kill each other, but if we take a look right now, Nina's got absolutely nothing to counter the Zealot, so it's just got to be probed. She's building another cannon, but her forge is gonna die. And with her forge dead, another cannon not started, I think Nina's toast, guys. I think she's actually just been cannon rushed out of this EPT America's Cup after quite a few good results in it. Yeah. Like, take a look right now. She's got nothing. There's 2 Zealots that are in her main base. The fact that she never got up another cannon, like the safety cannon, to hug her Nexus like before, means she's just toast. She's dropping in probe. She's gonna get the Zealots, yes, but there can always just be another Zealot on the way. She's gonna try and hold on to get out a Stargate, but look at this, there's already a cannon building in range of her Nexus. Even a Void Ray won't be able to handle this, so she does have to get up shield batteries, so she'll be able to heal a potential Void Ray, but it is not a good spot for Nina right now. Yeah. And if you're Poker, you just build more cannons, you do whatever you want, really, as you're in range of the Nexus. In fact, if there's like 2 or 3 cannons, I don't think a Void Ray can possibly deal with that. Although we do see the Void Ray now on the way. And so, the fact that there is only the 1 cannon building, this makes me think that Nina will be able to lock this down. But, oh, then we see there's an Adept coming in, there's a shield battery going up for Poker. Like, what does Nina kill? She's got to kill the cannons before all the batteries get up. This is just ludicrous. This is just ridiculous. The Void Ray is now popping on out. It's going to be able to work away on the Adept, but the cannon's there. Another cannon finishes up to help out. The battery isn't going to finish up in time, which is... Or is it? Is it? No, it's not. The battery not finishing up in time is a shame for Poker. And as a matter of fact, there's actually nothing to help this shield battery. So yeah, Nina does break this, which is quite a bummer. Poker, if he had invested in the second cannon, I don't think there's a way that Nina is able to stop him, because then the shield batteries finish up. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer for Poker. As Nina's now got out 2 Void Rays, Nina's got a relatively healthy worker count. There's not a lot going on for Poker. Poker's throwing up a Twilight Council. But what a game. What a crazy stream we've been having today. All right. Yeah, like, so Poker's gonna start making a Stalker. 1 warps in, thanks to that gateway actually being finished up. Adepts are actually gonna kill off some of Nina's workers, which is kind of nice. And the choice is Blink for Poker, so 1 base Blink against 1 base Void Rays. And Oracle is crossing the map now for Nina to try and get some damage done. There is just the 1 Stalker, a second one's warping in with a Dark Shrine on the way too. However, the problem is the Dark Shrine's not going to be too effective, because if we take a look at Nina's... Or actually, no, it will be. Nina's got Oracles, but she doesn't have any cannons. But she did just see the Dark Shrine, so... Or no! She actually didn't see the Dark Shrine! Oh no!
Oracle
Oh no, 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 no. Now, part of the issue is for Poker, however, that, I mean, the Oracles probably will see this, and that there's actually no quick pylon to go for this play, and oh, look at that play. A stasis ward being used to help cover these. And, I mean, Poker's just on the 1 gateway. You can't outproduce Void Rays off of 1 gateway, so another Stalker's got to warp in right away. Stalkers are going to have +1 in a bit, which will drastically help out. But we do see, yeah, Nina's trying to bait him forward into this. A recall gets used, I guess, due to fear of the Dark Templar, and we do see a Robo go up for Nina. The Dank Shrine is finishing up. All right. DT gets killed off. Okay, looks like Poker's going to be going for some aggression with the Blink Stalkers. Now, a high number of Blink Stalkers can do very, very well. Like, very, very well against Void Rays, because they fire a shot, they blink out, the Void Ray player loses unit. Now, Nina's throwing up a lot of Stasis Wards. She's got a battery on the way, or a battery done, another battery on the way, and a Mortal on the way too. That's really going to complicate things for Poker. I think Nina is in the superior spot. Oh, she almost walks into that, or he almost walks into that Stasis Ward. 4 Stalkers get caught. That might be enough to let the Void Rays pursue. It's going to be close if it is. The Voids, do they blink after that to grab that Void Ray? No, they don't. Or they do, but a little bit too late. Yeah, Poker is committing here, but I don't think Poker can win out in this situation. Poker started a Nexus. That's the proxy location. It's going to recall some workers here. Just a few. Probably could have recalled more, actually, with the main base going to be mining out soon. Oracle's going to be counterattacking. Nina's probably going to get a good amount of probes here, seeing as how there's nothing back at home to defend this. Alright, probes are running, and a Stalker gets warped in. It will be saved by the shield battery, which is quite significant, but probes are still going to die to this. Make no mistake. Stalkers walk into a stasis ward. A huge, huge stasis ward once again. All the stalkers get caught. Poker is now going to be losing some of those stalkers. The gateway is going to be getting unpowered. 2 more stalkers attempt to get warped in. I'm not sure what the goal was there, but that wasn't good. All these stalkers are about to finish. They can actually maybe grab an immortal. They do have +1, which is not to be underestimated. They fire shots, but yeah, Poker's losing everything. Nina's going to be taking this. GG, well played gets called. Good luck. Great sportsmanship. Nina is able to move on EPT. Move on in the EPT America's Cup number 42, which makes me a little bit excited as she's had some really good results in the past. We'll update the bracket. The bracket, I'll actually link that in chat. And if you guys do want to support the channel, go ahead and hit that follow button on Trovo, which I'm gonna link down below. We're trying to hit 50 followers on that website. So if you're watching on Trovo, please follow if you're enjoying the stream. And if you just want to help out the channel, go ahead and do that. I see DRG is out of his match, I mean. All right. Awesome to see that there's 43 of you tuning into this live stream. If you do enjoy it, please go ahead. Please go ahead and hit that like button too. Dark Warrior with a Starcraft related question. If you can make one change to the game, what would it be? I'd say it would probably be to do with there's a lot of things I'd change about Starcraft. But the main thing I'd say would be that I'd reduce game-ending moments at a lower level. Like big disruptor hits in Diamond League are not good design. They're just way too game-endy, and that's part of the reason why so many people quit Starcraft, I think. You spend like 15 minutes building up an army, and then one Psystorm kills it all. I think that that's part of the problem with Starcraft. Who's we? Well, sometimes I say we when I refer to us as a community. Sometimes I'm talking about Falcon Paladin and I. Yeah. Do go hit that like button. Check out the Trovo. How many likes are you hoping for? Seeing as how we've got 35 viewers, 35 likes seems like a good goal. How could I be a teenager if I'm going bald? No, it's okay. I got a case of the baby face. Which I'm sure I'll love when I'm 40. What's your thoughts on having hero units? No. If I wanted to play a MOBA, I'd play a MOBA. Having neutral creeps, I think that could be a map-specific thing in Starcraft. Like, there has been a map or two which had, like, a neutral missile turret, I think. So it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have neutral creeps on some map. Like, say there's, like, a bunker full of Marines or something just chilling in the middle of the map. And that's something that you gotta play around. That like, they can't be too significant. Like, I don't want Starcraft based around creep. Nina, aim higher. Nina had 200 APM, so 200 likes. That would be a good goal. Ugh. I do gotta say, I'm getting kinda hungry, though. I literally just rolled out of bed and started casting this. And then we had the whole kerfuffle at the start of me trying to work out the multi-streaming thing. Okay. Do you guys think I can go grab a cookie before DRG starts his game? I'm going for it. Did you get the 1 versus 7 Elite AI FFA trophy? I floated a CC to an island, built 100 missile turrets, and just made VCs. That's a trophy? That is crazy if that's a trophy. I think I had all the achievements. But I don't... Like, I know that that was the thing that people did, but I don't know if it was an actual achievement. I think I did at some point. Anyway, enough of that. Let's introduce these players good and proper before doing any more shit posting. In the top left-hand side of the map, we have got Dolan, an NA hero, gonna do us proud. And in the bottom right, a tyrant. The one true Dong. It's Dong Regu. Super saying, what's the delay? The delay, again, is 2 minutes, as per usual for these EPT Cups, as it is a professional tournament, so there's got to be enough of a delay that players can't possibly stream cheat or anything like that. Yeah, you guys can always refresh or press the live button to make sure you're completely caught up with the stream. But it'll be at least 2 minutes. Alright, an STV comes in, scouts out, says, hey, what's going on? Yeah, unfortunately the delay is something that you just have to live with. Kind of like you're talking to someone from the future. Whoa, 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 whoa! Dolan grabs himself a drone early on. Gonna try and get himself a second. That would be pretty greedy if he was able to pull that off. But still, getting a drone against Dong Regu that would be considered the height of my Starcraft career. Okay. Hellions are on the way. I think Dolan is a rather mechy player, and mech has a chance against Terran. For now, he's making Marines and making Hellions. The starport's on the way too, so I imagine we'll see an armory. Roachwarn's on the way for DRG, which I like. It's a very defensive or aggressive choice. It is rather early for a Roachwarren. But Dolan, the Mad Lad, is actually going to go for a Hellion Marine pressure, I imagine, into a battlecruiser. Which is a really unique way of going about this. Alright. So yeah, Hellions are on the way for Dolan. He's going to be going for a Hellevator into the main base of DRG. DRG is making a lot of Lings now. He's making Roaches. The Hellions are actually just going to get on in here. Dong Regu's not really in position to deal with this at all. Dolan kind of messed with himself, though, by not going right for the mineral line. Like, he only got 3 drones, and DRG's response was really, really late, so he definitely could have got more. This is because Dong Regu is so focused on the big attack across the map. The Hellions for Dolan are unsure of what to do. They're going to go up the ramp, get a good shot off on the Ling, so actually doing well against what Dongregu has. But there is now the start of this Roach Ravager push, and Dolan is all of a sudden going to say, that's not good, as he's probably just going to have to abandon, pull up to the top of his ramp. He doesn't have a bunker or anything, so yeah, I think he's just got to abandon this front and go up his ramp, wait for the battlecruiser. The main thing is, when defending a rush like this, it's that you can't lose the Hellions before the battlecruiser's out. That's the main part, because the Hellions have to deal with the Lings, the BC can deal with the Roaches. The Hellions are doing what they can. A lot of SCVs are going to die in the process of this. The battlecruiser is almost out, but if we take a look, there's already been quite a bit of damage done to Dolan. He is getting some good shots off on this. The BC is going to try and clean this up. There is still a good number of Hellions alive, which is so critical because the Lings are flooding in for Dongregu. They're actually going to transform into Hellbats, which is great because they'll do good against the Lings and the Roaches. And Dongregu's actually just got like nothing. So I think if you're Dolan, you just have to send that BC across the map right now. Right now. The Spore Crawlers are about to finish up. The BC hasn't teleported across, and Dolan cannot play this game out longer. He's going for an extra BC. I guess he was worried about residual all-in. But Dongregu is actually just going to be safe and probably win this game, seeing as how he's got Spore Crawlers up now. Alright, Hellions are now coming in. They're going to start working away on some of these drones. Looks like they will get 6, which is a rather decent amount. Alright. The Hellions are going to grab a Creep Tumor. The problem is that he needs to get like... He needs like 26 or 36 drones if he's going to even this game up. I mean, he can try and go for a kill move with the BCs. He's bringing SCVs. Okay, this is one way to do it for Dolan. The other BCs should be teleporting in here in just a second, and the BCs can fight the Queens as long as they're not under a Spore. And so this could actually work very well for Dolan. He's coming in for an attack, but DRG sees this, so he's got to go for it now. The Hellbats are working away on the third base. Dongregu is being very careful about how he takes this fight, but this could actually work out really, really well. Hellbats getting on top of the Queens, roasting them, removing DRG's anti-air. That's going to mean that the Hellbats really are uncontested, as the BCs can protect them. And the Hellbats are now getting on top of some of the Ravagers. Their numbers are being thinned out. The BCs are doing what they can against the Queens. SCVs are repairing one of the battlecruisers, which is huge. That BC's got to be careful avoiding that Spore Crawler. However, the Spore Crawler is dealing good damage to the BC. Looks like some of the SCVs did get saved. And so with those SCVs being saved, they can be unloaded in this medevac and actually start healing up that battlecruiser, which would be monumentally helpful for Dolan right now. And this attack is somewhat working against DRG. The problem is more Spore Crawlers did just get thrown up. The BC is being repaired. Dolan has, however, snuck out another one. The Dongregu is kind of just 2 bases right now against this, and more Hellions are crossing the map. DRG hesitating a little bit, wanted to go for a counterattack, changed his mind, says no, yes, no, yes, no, as the BCs are now going to be pushing further. The third base of Dongregu is not really minding. He's lost 19 drones. This battlecruiser back at home is going to try and clean this up as the SCVs run away. Dolan, though, a little bit of miss micro, pulls that BC to the front, actually, and that is definitely a mistake, as he could have either teleported that or brought it, or kept it at home to defend. Flying it across the map is not a good option. And the BC, yeah, Dolan's not microing this well enough, so he's going to lose a bunch of his SCVs, and this is going to force his hand to have to further this all in. These BCs, they should have teleport. Do they teleport out? Looks like the answer is one of them teleports actually in to help out in this fight. This one battlecruiser that was injured is being healed. The SCVs are being worked on. Dolan's keeping this rush going. The SCVs repairing these units up has been huge. DRG does not have a lot of anti-air right now. This one injured BC really needs to be repaired up. There's going to be Yamato cannons soon enough on these battlecruisers, but maybe not soon enough, as they are taking a lot of heat from this. There's 3 Corruptors out. The Queens have been transfusing them. Dolan's really trying to make this rush happen. This is actually ridiculously close. The injured BCs are teleporting out, but of course one of them can't teleport out, so it does just get cleaned up. And Dolan's rush, I believe, has failed. They actually just teleported out randomly. They didn't teleport home to clean up the rush. And time is on Dongregu's side as GG gets called. What a game! What a game in this NA Cup. By gosh. By gosh, I don't even know what to say. That was a little bit ridiculous. Okay. Good try by Dolan. That definitely could have gone his way. Sadly, it did not, though. Yeah, I know that the stream might have some buffering issues with this. I've got to find a better way to stream to multiple platforms. And I will do that as soon as I possibly can, guys. Alright, we're getting invited to the next game, which is really nice of those guys. Okay. And here we are, loading into the next match between these two. The NA players fight hard in these cups, I gotta say. Even though that they do usually fall, they always give us great matches. And this guy, in the top right, he's Dolan. We'll see if he's able to pull another cheeky one. Because in the bottom left, it's Dong Regu, an absolute monster. Alright, so Dolan, I mean, he goes for a proxy 2 racks play against DRG. Proxy 2 racks. Dong Regu is gonna elect to go for a pool, or for a hatch first, pardon me. Big, big difference. And there we go, 2 barracks now on the way. However, unfortunately, it looks like Dong Regu is going to scout this unless he changes his Overlord pathing. I doubt he's thinking too much about it right now. And he will actually spot this. So this could potentially be a quick 2-0 for Dong Regu. Alright. So yeah, DRG knows about this. He's pulling some drones to try and hit these barracks. I think both the barracks will finish up, but this just spells disaster for Dolan. Looks like that SCV will stay alive. This other one's gonna have to hope that the AI is on its side, as far as pathing is concerned, and it looks like it will be. So, I mean, the Marines can pop out. They'll be safe. Yeah. Both of these getting out. One Marine is about to pop out. I think Dong Regu's thinking about attacking that Marine with his drones. Looks like that Marine is done. He can stutter step against these drones, but he's actually just gonna run. He's just gonna hightail it home, it looks like. He's now gonna stutter step, but I think he was better off just running, because he did get killed by them big meaty claws of the drones. And now DRG sent a couple more drones. However, 2 Marines is enough to work away on this. The concern is, though, that Dolan is in a proxy situation where the Zerg knows what's coming. The proxy is a decent way away from the base. And there's no bunker up. There's already Lings on the way out. I think Dolan is done. I think he did. Dolan's gonna try, but the problem is once it queens out at the natural, they add so much tanking, it's like impossible for Marines to deal with them. Dolan's gonna follow this up with a factory and try and play it out. He didn't really get too much damage done, but he's gonna give it the good old college try. Alright, SCVs and Marines coming home. The Lings for Dong Regu are pursuing these poor Marines. They're going to want to get behind that wall. Dolan gets in. Does he get the wall up? Dong Regu's going to try and prevent that, but he does get in. He gets to safety. He's actually going to be throwing up an extra barrack. Or a starport, pardon me. There's one barrack that's flying in, one's flying home. DRG will probably just pop up a third base as soon as he can. And then the game will proceed from there. If you guys enjoy the stream, consider becoming a member. You can get various perks if you do so. Okay. Battlecruiser is going to be the play once more from Dolan. He's got a couple of Hellions loaded up into his Medivac, so going for the Medivac drop into BC play. We'll see if DRG is ready for this or not, as the BC has yet to start building. Yeah. Alright. Hellions get a shot off, kill off a single drone. Better than a poke in the eye. Battlecruiser's now on the way for Dolan. We'll see if DRG is ready to stop this. For now, he is just making drones and queens. Dolan unloads the Hellions, looking for a shot. Gets one drone. The Medivac saves two of the Hellions, but everything is very injured, so that's not necessarily ideal. I think Dolan may just be aiming for one of these Battlecruiser Hellbat attacks again, based on the fact that he's still building Hellions. He doesn't have a third base on the way. I mean, the fact that there's a BC and an Armory on the way, that's definitely going to be how Dolan's going to be playing this out. DRG had a bit of a tough time holding the last match, but we'll see if he's going to be able to hold this one or not. Alright, DRG has got 12 Banelings on the way this time. He sees the Battlecruiser, which is a pretty big giveaway. So I imagine we'll be seeing a Spore or two go up. He's got 6 Queens to defend against the BC. It looks like a couple of the Queens do get caught out. The problem is going to be the Banelings. They're going to wipe the floor with these Hellbats. It's going to have to be God-tier splits from Dolan, and I don't think we're going to be seeing those splits, as the Banelings are just going to be cutting up all of Dolan's army for the most part. The Hellbats did do alright. There is still Hellbats around, but the problem is the Spore just repositions in front. The BC has been worked on. This attack has not succeeded. 8 SCVs died that were pulled into the fray. Looks like some more Hellbats are rallying forward for Dolan. Army supply is still in his favor, but he's got a lot of work to do. Overcoming that spine, the Spore, the Queens is going to be very hard for him. And he needs to win the game here, pretty much. Alright, Hellbat's cutting up some Creep Tumors, but Dolan, he needs more than killing Creep Tumors right now. He needs cold, dead drones, basically, or hot, dead drones if he's using Hellbats. Doesn't really matter. DRG, every second that he buys in this game is a massive, massive advantage for him, as he's up at 73 drones while holding this attack. That's nuts. He's going to have a Spire on the way soon, so he'll be able to make Mutas or Corruptors. Dolan's going to be going for another attack. Army supply is 38 to 32, so he does have a slight number advantage. And we take a look. This is looking pretty darn good here for Dongray Gu. Dolan does get a good play there by gunning down the Banelings with his Battlecruisers, and he does actually take a pretty good play there by picking off that Spire. But the problem is he's still got to deal with all these Queens. DRG's kind of running around a little bit wackily as the Battlecruisers are getting on top of the Queens. They're cutting up a lot of these units. The BCs are taking a lot of damage. They are being repaired by the SCVs while this is going on. Dongray Gu has actually lost most of his Queens now. He's making like more Lings, he's making more Queens, but the BCs are still going strong. The Hellbats are still going strong. This is looking so close right now. Dolan microing Hellbats with the Medivac, keeping those alive. And oh my gosh, is this actually going to work for Dolan? Army Supply is now more in favor for Dolan. There's no Spore at the third base. I mean, the SCVs are repairing how they can. The Medivac's doing what it can. This Queen, she's going to get gunned down. Drones are running away from the Hellbats, which is never a good thing. BC is dealing damage. Yamato Cannon done. That's 2 dead Queens. Is Dolan going to make this play? I'm not sure, but he did just do some good damage to Dong Regu. And I guess he's just got to get out from this point on, as Lings are now going for a counterattack, but Dolan's going to drop Mules to help repair up these BCs, get ready for round 2. There is, however, Lings at his natural base, so Dong Regu is definitely going to hang on in this game longer than originally planned, seeing as, or longer than he normally would, even if he takes critical damage, seeing as how he does realize that the Terrans is on one base. DRG, big mistake though, loses almost all of his Lings to those Hellions. The Hellions can now come up, join up with this attack. Part of the problem is, however, for Dolan, the fact that the Spire is about to finish up. DRG's got a ton of gas, doesn't have a ton of minerals. Spores are being worked on by these battlecruisers. Hellbat's doing what they can in this fight. I mean, the Mule repair and the SCV repair is huge. Most of the Queens are dead. Another BC teleports in. There's going to be 4 Mutas on the way, but 4 Mutas can't deal with 3 battlecruisers as long as they stay at decent HP. Dolan takes the game! Oh my god! Dolan just took a map off Dong Regu with a crazy Hellbat push. DRG went a little too high in the drones, and in the end, Dolan, an NA legend at this point, having brought down Dong Regu with a dirty Hellbat attack. That's not something that Korean players are used to, I don't think. Something so relentless like that. That was ridiculous. What a match. Dolan versus Dong Regu. The winner of this will go on to face Gerald, which I think will be a very good match, a PVZ or a PVT. Wow. What a game, though. What a game. Hot dog. Hot diggity dog. Okay. There's our invite, which is nice. I can't believe that Dolan actually won that game. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And he almost won game number 1, too. So in some twisted reality, Dolan could have 2-0'd Dong Regu. Dolan, who is 5,700 MMR? I like how Dolan says in chat, DRG versus Dolan game 3, like, yeah, bitches, that means I took a map. That this wasn't a 2-0. I love that. Alright. Here we are. It is a best of 3 between Dolan and Dong Regu. In the top right, it is Dolan, the Blue Terran. And that game started with a Proxy Rax, and this game's gonna go for Proxy Rax too. This time, it's Dong Regu. In the bottom left. And, wow. What a game that was. And Dolan, the Mad Lad, is just gonna do it again. And this isn't your everyday proxy. This is your advanced triple Rax proxy from Dolan, and he's actually going to be doing this pretty far out from the base of Dong Regu. Like, this is really far. Like, really far. Like, this is over at the 4th base. He's got to cross the 3rd, cross to the natural. DRG this game, though, has had enough. He's actually going to hard counter this, which is quite a bummer for Dolan. This was actually a rather early pool from Dong Regu, too. Yeah. So we're going to be having Mass Marines against Lings. The problem is the Ling player tends to win out in this situation, so while Dolan has showed us some legendary play so far, this is going to be a tough one, as DRG's already got speed on the way. Yeah. This is crazy. There's already a Marine on the way for Dolan. I think 3 racks is definitely better against this than 2 racks. Dolan is going to build a 4th rack. And so he is going to have very, very high Marine production. And DRG is just planting a Baneling nest. Planting a Baneling nest, though. This is part of the problem. However, that... yeah, this is part of the problem, that DRG is just going to be making Lings. And he's going to have Banes, whereas Dolan is going to have nothing at home. And now he's going to be moving in, but he has got no idea. And DRG could not be hard countering this any better if he tried, because he's literally just going to have mass Lings against Marines. Like, the Terran has spent 600 resources building barracks to make a lot of Marines. DRG, he just spent 200 on a pool, he spent some gas, and now he's just going to be making nothing but Lake. He's waiting, he's actually making Banelings, which is going to potentially hurt him, seeing as how they will not help out against the mass Marines. Really, slow Banes shouldn't do too well. And this is where Dolan's going to show up, and he's going to be like, well, shit. And this could actually make things really complicated. If Dolan's able to get a bunker up on Dongregu's side of the map, there's a chance that this could work out for Dolan. The question is, does he throw up a bunker? He does not have the minerals for a bunker. He loaded SCVs into his command center to keep them alive, which I really like. He's engaging the Lings, or he's engaging the drones right now, but without a bunker, he doesn't have a place to hold on the high ground. He's just making whatever units he can. That's going to be his play. And he has shut down Dongregu's mining. Is this actually going to work out for Dolan? Because, I mean, he kills the Queen. Dongregu only has the units he's made so far, which is 11 Lings against 13 Marines. There is Banelings coming up. Dolan's going to have to split like a god while also not getting surrounded. And now we are actually going to see he's going to pre-split on top of the ramp. He's got to split those Marines a little bit better because in come the Baneling. There we go, he's splitting them. This means the Marines are divided and conquered. However, drones are getting on top of this. This is super close right now. DRG is going to be barely mining. Dolan has relanded his SCVs, so he's going to be able to make more Marines right now. But the problem is, yeah, Dongregu has got these 4 Zerglings out. There's 1 Marine on the way for Dolan. That's it. Dongregu can make a few units, but Dolan's going to be vulnerable on his side of the map to these handful of Lings. Oh my gosh, this was so close. DRG is unsure of what to do because he doesn't know where the proxy is. He's looking around for it. He hasn't seen it, and Dolan did it so far away that this is going to work out for him. If Dolan can get out like 4 Marines and get on DRG's side of the map, that'll be good for him, but we take a look. There's even a Baneling on the way for Dongregu. This was so close, but in the end, I think Dongregu's engagement was just a little bit too good up that ramp. I think Dolan could have maybe split a little bit more. He loads the SCVs into the command center again, and this means the Marines are gonna have to go. Yeah, Dolan's got no choice but to go right now and hope he did enough damage. Because, boy oh boy, has this game ever turned wacky. He's going to lose his supply depot, so that means he won't be able to make anything. He can actually cancel that building supply depot, get a bit of money, make an extra couple of Marines, but he does have to go now. It's going to be 5 Marines charging up this ramp against Dongregu. He's got, how many Lings is this? This is 6 Lings and 2 Banelings. Make that 8 Lings and 2 Banelings, which is a bit too much for 5 Marines, I feel. I fear Dolan's a little bit scared of what to do right now. And, yeah, this is just looking a little bit too good. These Lings are going to find a couple of Marines. Dongregu hesitates a little bit. He's like, oh, hold on. How many Lings does it take to beat 2 Marines again? Dolan, though, doesn't group up his Marines, loses 1. He's going to be moving up with his barracks to try and scout this out. He's relocated his command center, so he's mining again. It's 5 drones to 5 SCVs. Dolan can maybe make a play happen, but he's got to be careful going up the ramp. He sends up 1 Marine. He's going to get surrounded by these Lings. This is big trouble for Dolan. Dongregu has squeezed out a good number of Lings, and it's going to be too much for the Terran player. Dolan, so close. God, it loses to Dongregu. What a match, though. What a match. Well played by Dolan. Thank you for giving us such a good series. Holy cow. Holy cow is all I have to say to that. Wow. That was bananas. Bananas. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into another match, which is going to be a really good one, I think. DRG versus Gerald. Gerald is no slouch. And DRG is just really good, of course. But, yeah. Hit that like button. We got 38 viewers right now. Let's try and hit 38 likes on this video. check out the links down below. There's a membership link. There's a membership link. There is a Discord link. You can check that out too. And soon enough, I might put the Trovo link in the description down below. As, yeah, I'm trying to hit a certain amount of followers on Trovo. Alright, so. Yeah, we'll just wait for the next match. Eugene, sorry for taking so long to answer your question, saying, what's your favorite matches in StarCraft to watch or to face? My favorite to play is probably Protoss, playing against Terran. Because I main Terran, and so I find that I really understand playing against them. My favorite to watch, it might be TVZ. It's probably like TVZ, but then I really like TVT too. I really do like TVT too, as it just is so crazy to watch two amazing Terrans face off against each other. Oh. That makes me a little sad. They announced stay-at-home story Cup's back, but it's for Warcraft. I can't really blame them, seeing as how there's so much Starcraft going on. But hopefully we'll get another stay-at-home story Cup soon. Yeah, that was really good by Dolan. Ugh. If you guys are big fans of the stream and you want to do something that helps me out, I'm gonna link the Trovo in the description. And if you can make an account and follow, I'd really appreciate it. And it'll be worth it too, because we're gonna be doing like exclusive events over there. It would help out. So we're waiting for Gerald. I hope I'm pronouncing Gerald right. He has bounced back and forth between Gerald and Gerald before. There's the whole story, but Gerald is how it's pronounced, I think. Let me double check that he is going by Gerald. Yeah, it's Gerald. And he's an up-and-coming player. Zizzler actually just followed the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you going to that effort. Gerald's out of game, so these players should be jumping into it pretty soon. Let's read off some of the other updates to the bracket. We have got Namshar gonna face the winner of Special versus Juggernaut Jason. Out of 96 players remain, there is only about 16 left. Namshar, yeah, versus the winner of Special and Juggernaut Jason. There's Armani Scarlet, which is going on right now. We're, of course, going to be doing DRG versus Gerald. Solar will face the winner of Jim Rising versus Nina, which is like a legendary rivalry, by the way. Our first semi-finalist is Armani, so that means Armani has beat Solar. Or beat Scarlet. Pardon me. So congrats to Armani. How does Home Story Cup work with Warcraft? I'm honestly not sure. I don't follow the Warcraft scene at all. 3,000 word statistics report. That sounds absolutely awful, Madagon. That sounds horrendous. I'm happy to be your background noise, however. Okay. Alpha Star question, is there any footage of Alpha Star playing without an APM restriction? Yeah. The games that it played against Mana initially, it had no restriction. All right. Here we are into the next game, ladies and gentlemen. In the top right-hand side of the map, Yaganatha, it is Gerald, representing Team Exxon. And in the bottom left, one of the greatest Zergs of all time. And it's Dong Regu. Have you seen ASL and Flashpwn everyone with random? Yeah, I don't follow a ton of Brood War, but I'm sure following that. And it's fun. Watching a little bit of Brood War is good. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, before this game really starts to heat up, please do go ahead and hit that like button. I also see Super hopped on over, made a Trovo account. That puts us halfway there to the 50 goal follower on Trovo. Okay, so we'll see. What's Gerald gonna do? Does he consider himself on par with Dong Regu? Does he think he's better? Does he have a special style planned? I don't know. Either way, though, this is one of the matches which I think should deliver. It really should be great. Probe Scout for Gerald, which is good, as in the previous match we saw Dong Regu is fully capable of going for dirty cheese. Cybercore gets tossed up. And the openings are just normal for the most part now. Overlord comes in for Dong Regu, gonna be like, hey, how's it going? We'll move to the left because I believe if you have a unit on the high ground, you can see the Overlord and get it off there with a Stalker. Stargate play from Gerald. Definitely don't mind this. Gerald is really on it, coming across or running away with his probe right as he saw those lings come forward. He has got a second adept on the way now. One ling does run in for Dong Regu, which is a bit of a pain. Unfortunately, that scout's pretty much impossible to stop as per usual. And because of that one ling, Dong Regu will see the Stargate. Sees the Oracle on the way. The ling does get cleaned on up, however. And now the Adept going to be moving in for Gerald. However, one Adept can't really do too much against a player as good as Dong Regu because, of course, they'll save the drones. That's why Adept Harassment in twos is always best. And yeah, we'll see how Gerald's gonna play this out. I mean, he's got a Void Ray on the way behind this, which is pretty significant. Oracle's coming on in. Gonna get pushed away by that Queen. And Spore, so it doesn't get any damage done, which is rather good. The Adepts are gonna shade in towards the third base, however there's no drones there yet for Dongregoo. So they're gonna cancel that shade. All the while the Oracle's coming in, gonna get bounced away by the Queen. Third base is now on the way for Gerald. 4-minute timing, so pretty reasonable. And the Void Ray is gonna push out an Overlord. Will this other Overlord know how much danger he's in? Alright, so Twilight Council Robo follow-up towards this opening from Gerald. DRG gets a little bit supply blocked by that Void Ray, which is quite nice. For Gerald, seeing as how he hasn't really got any other damage done. Alright, Adepts working away on the Lings. They'll push those away. A healthy number of Adepts is 4, so this could point towards Resonating Glaive's play from the Protoss, saying, alright, you already got 4 Adepts, so does that mean it's time to go for some more units? Or for Resonating Glaives to use those Adepts better, but it looks like for now it's just an Immortal starting. There is a Templar Archives on the way, so that's really unique. It could lead to Archon pressure, or like a big Archon attack, +1 to starts too. I can't really read yet how Gerald wants to play this out, but he does start charge. So this could just be a big old charge lot Archon timing attack. Which definitely ain't bad. Aspire is the tech of choice for Dongregoo, however, unfortunately for Dongregoo, this kind of all-in usually hits before then. Lair has not been yet identified by Gerald, so he's a little bit in the dark. But there we go, we take a look, extra gateways on the way. We'll probably see a Robo or a Prism start up after a couple of those extra gateways get thrown down. And he's building 6 more gateways. He's already got 2, so he is going for a big old 8-gate attack. 8-gateway charge, Archon. There's gonna be a Prism coming out next, and there it is. It'll probably pick up the one Immortal to help out, and then it'll just be Zealots all the way down. Looks like Lings do get on top of these Adepts. This is actually a rather nice start for Gerald. Or for DRG. This is forcing a Zealot Warpin to defend this. The Adept in the wall gonna have to do what it can. The Oracle was out of position, so Dongregoo got a very nice attack done. He did not, however, see the extra gateways, so he's a little bit in the dark about what's coming his way. All the while, we now see some Templar warping in. They can go ahead and throw up or start an Archon, but oh, look at this. Gerald must have seen that there was a Spire on the way, and he actually did. And he completely changes his course from going for an all-in. He elects to go just for Phoenix and to throw up an extra Stargate. I guess he felt he couldn't hit the timing attack, or he didn't want to go into a base race against Mutas. And so that's how he's going to play this out, which is a little bit odd, I'll say. Either way, though, with his Phoenix being double produced, double pumped, he'll be able to have a rather high number against these Mutas, so DRG shouldn't be too successful with those. It's going to be high ping micro for both players. Phoenix against Mutas. Never ideal, that's for sure. As the Phoenix count grows, this does tend to get better for the Protoss player. However, a Fleet Beacon's on the way now too, so Gerald's gonna have that Phoenix range, whereas Dongregoo is just making more and more Mutas. He is a Mutazerg. He will double down, triple down on the Mutas. Ling's working away on this wall. That battery can, of course, heal some of those up. The Oracle and the Void Ray come in to work away on those. And now we see the Phoenix are out on the map. They're gonna get jumped on by the Mutas. One Phoenix goes down, however, this is gonna cost Dongregoo a Muta in exchange, so that's kind of fair. The Phoenix are still being produced. There's the Fleet Beacon about to finish up, which will really help out Gerald when it comes to microing against this, but DRG is kind of scary with his muta control, with his just willingness to make so many of them, that this could still compromise Gerald. I mean, he's got to deal with it. He's going to have to deal with Corruptors with Phoenix. Archons are being unloaded out of the prison. The prison was grabbed, however, so that is now dead. Did both those Archons unload? Yes, they did. But still, this is a bit of a tricky spot for Gerald, as DRG is already up to 90 workers about. He's got 4, 5, 6 bases. More mutas are on the way. He's just going to go for mass muta. The Phoenix for Gerald have really got their work cut out for them. It's currently 12 Phoenix to 7 Corruptors and 19 mutas. Of course, the mutas can't take a fight when the Archons are involved. It's going to have to be good Phoenix micro. Looks like they are getting actually a good number of those mutas. Like 3, 4, 5, 6 gone down. So the Phoenix really getting their value there. Gotta be careful about micro and those. So far, Gerald's doing a really good job. I feel when DRG actually just taps out. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, I guess he felt that he couldn't stop an attack. He didn't have anything else on the way, and he just taps out. Gerald takes the 1-0 lead. Wow, what a play. What a game by Gerald. I did not expect that at all. We'll load into the next game, but yeah, really good. Okay. So the winner of this is going to go on to face the winner of Solar versus Jim Rising or Nina. And then... yeah. All the while there's going to be Armani versus the winner of Special Namshar going on. Special 2-0 Jason. Let me see, I think we had some cool results the last one. Yeah. Cool results in the last cup as Jason actually 2-0'd Future. Scarlet won the last one. But yeah, that's actually really cool that we had Jason make it to the semifinals. Anyway, we're loading into the next game for this cup. It's a best of 3, and this man, maybe not the favorite, but definitely showing us he's got the stuff. It's Gerald. With a 1-0 lead. And in the bottom left, he's the one true Dong. It's Dong Ragu. I get the feeling that Dong Ragu may be feeling a little bit tired or something. Maybe a little bit tired. We've got 43 people watching, which is awesome. Thank you all so much. If you do want to support the content, consider becoming a member. It does help encourage me to come out and cast these every Monday, as much as I try and make it habit. Alright, so Overlord sees that probe crossing the map. Pretty usual stuff. And as far as this stream goes, I do have to head to work tonight, so I don't want to spend the entire evening casting. So this could actually be our last series. We'll see if it goes the distance or not. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. Alright, so things are opening up pretty normally for these guys. Looks like it probably is going to be a Stargate once again from Gerald, and it is indeed. Probe blocking the third will then run away upon seeing the Ling. Away the probe goes. Alright. We take a look. This Adept gonna be cutting up that one Ling. And we lost Pig. Not sure what that was about, but he's gone. Maybe he heard that another match was about to start or something. Alright, Adepts make it into DRG's base by Gerald. Maybe feeling a little bit confident, hoping to pull a fast one on his opponent. Actually completes the shade. Maybe he can grab a drone. So far, not quite good drone pull by Dongregu. The Adepts do make it to the natural. Of course, they could be forfeit. Instead, a recall is used by Gerald. Actually gets on out of there with both the Adepts. That's really well done. Just killed a drone and 4 Lings. Did force a worker pull, all the while the Oracle comes in, commits, but oh, the Oracle dies for just 2 drones. That is a huge, huge mistake. Big, big mistake. Wow, that was a big, big loss for Gerald. Losing the Oracle means he's vulnerable to Lings, so getting up to third base may be harder. He does do a good job saving the probe. Alright, Resonating Glaives is now on the way. Okay. Adept's gonna be defending this base, which is good. Void Ray coming in, gonna see what it can get done, but yeah, losing the Oracle this early on is not a good start. I think Gerald will kill off that Overlord, which is good. Oh, the Void being pushed away by the Queens. DRG's got 7 roaches on the way. This could be really problematic for Gerald. He's making Adepts against a Zerg who's already pumping roaches at 40 drones. And yeah, that's not going to make life too easy for the Protoss. Seeing as how Gerald doesn't have a Robo with this either, it's now just going up. DRG is going to be completely fine against any attack coming his way, I feel. And yeah, these Adepts are now crossing the map, but should be a total defense from DRG. Gerald's throwing up double Robo, which is the right choice against Mass Roach play. He's got a shield battery, but he's going to need to warp something in to defend against these Lings. Looks like he warped in a couple. Won't stop him from losing a probe, though. Actually going to lose one of the Adepts, too. That's rather painful, just out of range of that shield battery. Gerald's Adepts are committing in, but they're all going to be getting cleaned up by this. And that's going to put him in a very vulnerable position to a big attack by Dongregu. DRG has been making nothing but units off of 42 drones. He's going to pull the Queens with this. Everything is coming. There is 1 Immortal on the way for Gerald. He's throwing up more shield batteries now, but he does not have the time for this. He's got the Void Ray, which is going to work away on the Ravagers, but Queens and Crows of Baal going to hit it. Does that Void Ray go down? It barely stays alive. That's really critical. Adepts are fighting the Lings, but not all of them. There's a big mistake by Gerald. He's warping in another Adept to help out. Any number of units he can thin off earlier on before this rush really reaches his doorstep is good. The Queens, of course, put a timer on this for when they get across the map. The attack can commence because the Void Ray will be gone. Immortals are being chrono boosted out by Gerald. He's got a Dark Shrine on the way, as his plan. DRG has already got a lair on the way. They're thinking, all right, I got this one in the bag. Unless maybe there's DTs. The Immortals are getting surrounded by all these Lings. The batteries are doing what they can, but not enough. Apparently, the battery overcharge out of range of all these units. Gerald is going to die here. Yeah, there's no way around it. DRG, strong attack, just making units, ends up winning the game. Really, really well done by Dongregu. There's no way around this for Gerald. There is an Overseer morphing, so yeah, nothing for Gerald can do. GG gets called. DRG ties up the series 2-1. Well done by Dongregu. All right, what a game. What a play, what a game. Whoa, Nelly. Alright, Romanticide is going to be the next map. We'll load into it. All right. So, here we are into the final match of this best of 3. Probably the final match for the stream tonight, guys. And it's been a pleasure casting. I know that it was a bit of a bumpy start. I hope the stream has been working well for everyone. If the stream has been lagging or anything, please do let me know. It really does go a long way to keeping me informed, letting me tweak things and whatnot, which I will continue to do. But anyway, in the top left-hand side of the map, it is Gerald representing Team Exxon. And in the bottom right-hand side of the map, it is Dongregu. I believe DRG's on Afrika. It's like any pro who's not on Mameron team is on Afrika. Yeah, he's on the Afrika Freaks. And they've actually got a pretty awesome team. The team is reestablished. Yeah, they got Armani, Dongregu, Sue, Stats, and TY. Like, TY is probably going to win another GSL. He's come second, or he's placed in the finals of a GSL or a major tournament every year since 2016. That's crazy. I'm just looking at DRG's team's results. Dongregu, he's got multiple first, second, good results all the way up till 20. And then he had his hiatus 2017, 2018, and now he's back, and he made a top 4 GSL. Yeah, TY. Doing his own thing, but yeah, what a great match we have here today. And this game should be starting soon. Gerald likes opening up the same way, it seems. He sends his probe out, checks for the third. Nexus is on the way for Gerald. Stargate's on the way. Probe does get pushed away. There's the third. There's the speed. DRG's completely out of gas, so just going ham on the minerals. Which is good to see. Pulling out at exactly that 0 means DRG is really on point. Looking good. There wasn't any extra mining going on in that geyser. Okay. let's take a look here. Metabolic boost is now on the way for Dongregu. An Adept shades in for Gerald, just seeing that everything looks normal. Then the Adept heads on home, actually. Heads on home, there's the Oracle on the way. Gerald really likes opening up the same way. This game, though, he is changing it up a little bit. He's waiting for 2 Oracles before he shows himself and goes for aggression. I'm excited to see Clem's progression. Yeah, me too. I think Clem's already like a top 4 Europe, which is... or top 3? top 3, top 4 Europe, which is definitely an impressive feat. Great snatch by Dongregu, grabs that probe. But yeah, I actually meant to check who won the Europe Cup today. It was Rainer, 3-1. But Clem, I mean, he beat some really good players on his way there. He beat Baby Marine, which... he beat his brother. Rainer team killed his brother. Or no, Clem beat Rainer's brother, and then Rainer went and avenged his little brother, pardon me. I got that totally backwards. Oracle dies during this game. Another Oracle flying around. Yeah, I think that's really cool that that Rainer's little brother's playing Starcraft. Alright, let's take a look. Oracle does grab the attempt at a 4th base, which is good. As things haven't been perfect for Gerald. He's now got Blink, he's got +1 on the way. DRG is just making a lot of Lings, making some Banelings. And it looks like DRG could actually just be getting aggressive. With 22 more Zerglings on the way, +1 about to finish up, this could be leading into a bit of a nasty timing attack. And with, I guess, the Oracles being out of position, which are now going to engage these Queens. Looks like they do get 1. They're burning all their energy, though. This is the problem, and here comes in the counterattack. One of the Oracles is going to die. Gerald's not microing this. He's busy trying to deal with the billion Lings on his side of the map, so he all of a sudden lost one of the Oracles. Didn't get much damage done. He now won't have the energy to help deal with all these Lings, so that's best case scenario that played out here for Dongregu. Look at this. The Oracle activates his beam. It's only going to be able to shoot a handful of Lings. Adepts in the wall are holding against the Banelings, so Gerald will hold his natural base, but his 3rd is gone. All of those gateways he got up are gone. Is he going to cancel that gate? Yes, he will. He's floating a ton of bank, but Dongregu behind this, he's getting up a lair, a Roach Warren, making more drones. He's in a much better spot than the Protoss player. I'm not sure what Gerald can do right now. He's going to try and hold the wall. His DRG is actually just crashing the gates completely. I did not expect him to go this gung-ho. Adepts are going to shade as the wall gets thrown up behind them. Gateway's going up just in time to hold on it. Lings can't sneak through there, but they are working away on this wall hard. Dongregu says, let me in. Let me end this series. And the Lings do get repelled, so good hold by Gerald, but he is still in a state of disarray. He did sneak up a 3rd base during that. If Dongregu knew about it, I bet he'd go to try and cancel that. But boy, oh boy, this is still not a comfortable spot for Gerald. 2 bases, he doesn't really have any major plan. He's throwing up more gateways, his Blink is done. His +1 is done, but Dongregu's been left to his own devices for so long. The Lings are going to come in with their +1 attack. They're going to cancel the 3rd base of Gerald. And that is looking really, really painful for the Protoss player. Most of these Lings will die, and they might not actually get the Nexus, so they don't. Now that's pretty darn good for Gerald. And if he was planning just a big counter all-in, I'd say killing those Lings is a really good start. But he's got to do something here. And Dongregu has no intentions of stopping. He's going to be throwing up a Nidus network and infestation pit so he can make Swarm Host and play the Nidus Swarm Host style. He's just got to try and defend against the little bits of aggression that'll be coming his way from the Oracles, from the Void Rays, from these handful of gateway units that Gerald was sending out that he's going to quickly regret sending out and change his mind. Yeah, this is just not very good at all for Gerald. Just 160 to 105 supply. That's a pretty darn big deficit. Queens run into the Void Rays, or the Void Rays run into the Queens, I should say. And there's 11 Swarm Host on the way for Dong Ragu. A Nidus network gets thrown on up, and all of a sudden it's going to be Gerald who will be struggling to hold on to his natural base. And yeah, I get the feeling that once this starts, there's really going to be no way for the Protoss player to stop this. Queens pop out. Toss down a Creep Tumor. Some of the Swarm Hosts are still being produced, but once they're all out of there, there's going to be that big wave. Gerald knows what's out there. He heard the sound, but he's just not ready for it. There's one Nidus that's being made that gets seen, but that basically just tells him, nope, there's another one, and he knows now as the Locusts show up at his natural base. I just don't think that Gerald can hold on here. He made a noble attempt. He's getting what he can done with his Void Rays, trying to go for a cheeky hatchery snipe. If Dong Ragu's not paying attention, he may get this, but DRG is. He throws down Transfuse, so the Void Rays will die. Gerald holds on to his natural base. He did pick off the Nidus, which is good, but he's got to deal with that creep, otherwise a new Nidus can just get called in. There is now the Swarm Host popping out of this Nidus at the third base. The Stalkers do show up. They're going to try and target down the Nidus. It doesn't get transfused, but then a wave of Locusts will lock this down. DRG quickly calls in yet another Nidus to back this up. Ling's now out on the map, pushing away the Stalkers, and Gerald is not in a comfortable spot. He's not mining much gas, so he can't warp in a ton more Stalkers right now, which is his main composition. He's got Colossus on the way to try and hold on. He's got Oracles too. Throwing down Stasis Wards is an absolute must, so we see that happening. I think we need to see some at the natural if he's going to hope to save this Nexus. But it's not being easy for Gerald. I must say he's holding on longer than I thought he would, but we really do need some Stasis Wards or something at this natural base in order to defend it, because the Locusts, they're going to be coming for that. They coming for your base, as the Stalkers are doing what they can. The Colossus will help hold this off. But take a look, the Locusts coming in. Are they just going to go for the Nexus? They will get the Nexus. Super painful. If there was a Stasis Ward, maybe those units would have been disabled right away. Maybe there should have been a shield battery, who knows, but that's a big hit to Gerald. He's basically just got to hope that he can max out, hit a composition that will punish DRG, and be able to go for a winning play. Locust now coming in towards the natural base. Once again, this re-attempt at this location is potentially going to get cancelled, and it does. Gerald is cleaning up this location as another Nidus gets called in on the high ground. There's one over here, or there's units over here, and there isn't one over there. But yeah, this is just not good at all. This base gets seen. Gerald's gonna like, oh, again, come on, I'm trying to build up my supply. I'm trying to get my economy going again. Looks like a Revelation gets tossed down, so the creep does get cleaned on up. The Nexus may be saved by the Colossus. Looks like it will be. Good force fields by Gerald, keeping that alive. Cleans up this location, but then DRG just starts up another. Gerald's supply is pretty much the same as it was a minute ago, until he goes for a big Zealot warp, and 10 Zealots. He's getting Psystorm on the way. Gerald really is just hoping to get in that God tier Protoss composition, but DRG is already getting up Lurkers. He's building a ton of Spines. He knows that that's really the one way he can lose this game, by not having a composition to deal with Gerald potentially building up a strong army. Alright, Oracles do find this Nidus. The Stalkers are going to move in there, try and get what they can done. Do the Swarm Host pop out? Looks like the answer is not yet. Stalkers do shut that down, which is good. However, DRG can just keep calling in these Niduses. And this is why I'm on the team that a Nidus should lose, like, I don't know, 5-10% of its HP. Like, the Nidus network should lose that much of its HP every time a worm dies. As that would prevent Zergs from just as easily throwing up a billion Niduses in it, not really mattering if they die because they're so cheap. Looks like Gerald is getting up a fleet beacon, a 4th Nexus. A mothership, honestly, I don't think is too bad here. But the concern grows for Gerald when we take a look and see that there's a Viper on the way. There'll be more after that. Colossus are the easiest unit to abduct in the game. They're just huge targets. Maybe a mothership is easier. But Colossus are pretty easy to abduct. Looks like Locust just ran out across the map. Or no, there was a Nidus, but it's like an inch away from DRG's base. Now the 4th base is under attack. Battery overcharge can't save a Nexus from Locust. They deal that much damage. Yeah. Alright. Double expand on the way for Gerald, just that he's trying to get up his 4th, he's trying to defend his 3rd. He is getting on top of some of these swarm hosts, picking them off is nice, but we see DRG's already got an unfathomably large bank. The swarm hosts are going to defend themselves. Gerald tries to grab that Locust, or that Nidus network, doesn't get it. That Nidus swarm, I mean. The 4th base is now mining. Colossus are doing what they can. Looks like DRG is just going to target down this Nexus, though. There's no... the Nexus will die. However, that did cost DRG a lot of units. So DRG, he's making Hydras. He's got a ton of Lurkers to defend this Oracles do find the 5th base of Dongregu, and DRG is actually at a very low drone count after these Oracles just killed 11 after he invested a ton into building spines and spores. Dongregu actually, after making his big amount of Hydras, just elects to go for 19 drones to replace those that he lost, which is actually really important if this game is going to go longer. We do now see those Colossus getting harpooned. It's just so easy for Zerg to harpoon this, and Gerald cannot go in against this many Lurkers. He's got to bounce around this. He's almost got to mine out these minerals, so he's got this attack path or something, because, yeah, he needs to hit somewhere else, as, This many Lurkers is just monstrous for the Protoss to try and deal with. Stalkers move forward, they get a blink off. Nice play by Gerald, but he's got to rinse and repeat that about 30 times before he starts making some headway. The Protoss player does have that 3rd base back up. The Swarm hosts are hanging out to the right. There's not as many as there used to be, but take a look at this now. Dongregu is just going to run into this location. I mean, he's got Hydras. Is there going to be big Disruptor hits? Looks like there's actually a pretty good one. Great feedback by Gerald. He's actually going to move forward, maybe take an engagement. That wasn't bad at all. Another Disruptor Nova goes out, softens up one Disruptor, kills another. That wasn't bad for him, so he's hanging on. And DRG is taking very poor fights. Tempest are out for Gerald. He's making Disruptors. This is one of the things that European players seem to be very good at, whereas I'm not sure Dongregu will go up against this a lot. Actually, Tempest in this composition. Zealots. Oh man, Zealots find these Swarm hosts. That's actually really good. They'll probably come off cooldown though, I imagine, and maybe be able to save themselves, or at least a few will. Anyway, this game is pretty much past the Swarm host stage. Locusts get thrown on out. The Zealots run away. Gerald's grown his Disruptor count. He has kept this Nexus alive, so he's got an R8 economy. More Tempest are on the way. And I don't mind this. Like, DRG's economy isn't that good. He doesn't have that big of a bank right now. Gerald's going to be getting up a 5th base. Yeah, I really don't mind this spot too much for Gerald. Now that he's got this beefy army, he's got Disruptors, he's got Templar, he's got Colossus. It really is a mixed bag that Zerg can accidentally make a mistake engaging. DRG, doesn't have that high of Carapace upgrades. He's getting his extra upgrades going now, which is good. He's got more Lurkers on the way, going to be going up to like 14, which is a nice number. There is 1 or 2 Lurkers at this base here. It's actually just the one. Looks like we see Hydras and Lurkers are attacking this location. Going to get some gateways. Going to get the fleet beacon most likely. That's pretty cute by Dongregu. He just gets pushed away though. Corruptors are now on the way for the Zerg player. There's no greater Spire, but DRG is getting those 2-1 upgrades, so his Corruptors will be better against the Tempest. And this makes me wonder, how long does Gerald drag this out? Does he go for an attack now? Does he wait and just turtle up, hope Dongraegu makes a mistake? So far, Gerald has been trading pretty cost efficient. But that doesn't mean it's smooth sailing home. The Locust or the Swarm Host are still alive for Dongraegu. They're going to run into a few Zealots. Will fade out some of their Locusts. The Swarm Host really are done in this match at this point. Gerald's got that 5th base up though, so he can play this game out longer. He's now going to start getting into carriers, which is quite scary for the Zerg. I mean, Protoss carriers are pretty darn good. And when you're a Zerg who's mainly playing with a lurker composition, carriers don't really give a darn about lurkers. The Zerg army is moving around to the south. Gerald's still just rocking his strong army. It's got that mass AoE, it's got the Psystorm, the Disruptors, the Colossus. Carriers being on the way is just the next step. And this game could go long, but I feel like this map isn't the best for that, as it's rather drawn out, so it's not going to be easy to stop the Protoss just from bouncing around and looking for damage. We see Tempest does get abducted. That's rather nice. Well done by DRG, finding that. Hydra and Lurker squad out on the map. Pretty hard to deal with. This army here, like, it almost would take a full Protoss force to handle this many Lurkers and Hydras. Or some god-tier Disruptor hits. Yeah, Gerald's hanging on. And I feel like this is where he's comfortable, whereas Dongraegu's probably not as comfortable in this stage of the game. Alright, another Nexus getting thrown up by Gerald. I really like this, the fact that he's just getting another one on the way already. DRG is doing that bouncing around with his units. Looks like a Lurker gets caught, but the problem is that this is actually just so many Hydras and Lurkers that Gerald can't deal with this easily. The Zerg force is going to force a kill, or actually get a cancel or a kill on that Nexus. I'm not sure which it was. Carrier has now been seen by the Zerg. I mean, this game's still very even, I feel. I do think Gerald's army is better in the long run, though. At least until DRG trades out some supply, because when the carrier count gets high, then of course the Lurkers are less effective. The mass queens themselves aren't that good against carriers. More cannons and such going up for Gerald, which is good to see, locking these areas down. We did see these Stalkers and Zealots engaging those Hydras and Lurkers, which is not good at all for the Protoss. You see just how poor a handful of gateway units are against any number of Lurkers, really. Okay. The game continues on. Carrier count just going to be growing for Gerald. What a match, by the way. As he's probably going to be trading off some of this Zealot supply, going to be hitting this location. There's lots of spines and such, though. DRG can just reposition some of his Lurkers. Alright, Gerald now starting to push in. He's got so many Disruptors to deal with the Lurkers, when really soon it will just be primarily about the carriers. What there is to counter them. We see Gerald, he's throwing up a ton of cannons and batteries. I really like this. Okay, we see Dongraegu surge forward with a portion of his army. The cannons and batteries do actually help out against this a lot, so some of the Lurkers do go down, they get pushed away. Not bad for Gerald. He is going to be securing up this location. Four Ultras are on the way for Dongraegu. I didn't expect this. Ultras against carrier compositions is interesting. I mean, they can get on top of the Disruptors, on top of the High Templar. There is just one Immortal out. So maybe Ultras are the play? Alright. Carriers doing what they can. Dongregu's had enough of that swarm host, apparently. I don't know if he'll kill another or not. We see the lurkers coming on in, attacking into the static defense. The static defense really does buy time against the lurkers. This is gonna make Dongregu hesitate, back out. More cannons and stuff getting thrown up by Gerald, realizing how important that is. I really do enjoy seeing that. Now, this game becomes more complicated when it comes time for Dongregu to try and secure up another base. He's got this fresh base to the right, which he hasn't even started mining at. But eventually, these bases here to the north and the south are going to need to be taken. We see an Ultra gets surrounded by Zealots as well. Ultras, I'm not sure, are what Dongregu needs. We do see some Vipers abducting carriers, though, which is really darn good for Dongregu. Eating some Psystorms in the process, loses, I don't know, 1 or 2 units, but getting a carrier is pretty much worth it always. Corruptor's now flying on in for Dongregu. He ain't going to be able to find a Nexus that's exposed for Caustic Spray. More cannons, more batteries going up for Gerald. He's really locking these locations down. The main thing is that Zerg can resecure or can move their static defense to hold on to these locations. But take a look at this. Dongregu now moving forward. He's got the Mass Queens to transfuse his Ultras, which is actually a pretty big deal still. There's a few Protoss units here still. Disruptors do hit Ultras. They're going to be transfused. However, but 2 of the Ultras did go down. The cannons and batteries are doing well. Battery overcharge keeping a cannon alive. I'm not sure about this attack from Dongregu. We see Zealots now warping in. Yeah, and Dongregu has to retreat. I mean, Ultras are not that good to break cannons, disruptors, all that jazz. With all that transfuse being used, maybe Gerald feels comfortable, but for now he is just biding his time. Looks like some Colossus do get found. They get abducted. They're going to be killed off. That's real nice. The DRG is still getting good pickoffs, and part of my concern in this game for Gerald is actually the fact that Zerg can move their static defense. Cannons are getting up at this location. We might see a recall from Gerald to get here. He's just going to move his army as quick as he can. Yeah. Dongregu now coming in towards this location. He's got Ultras fighting against Zealots. A few Immortals are out, however. They'll be doing pretty darn good against this. Mass Banelings are now crashing into this location, however. BTs are doing what they can against the Ultras. Gerald is taking a big hit to his economy in this location. The Immortals are retreating to the batteries to heal them up. Battery overcharge gets used. Does help them out. Looks like some of these Ultras are being popped off. All the while, Gerald decides to push out, but he has lost a rather large amount of his army supply, and I'm not sure he can break the Zerg right now. He wants to do something because he feels the pressure of having that base be hit, but I still don't think that's the right call. I think he's just got to wait for a better opportunity. Yeah, the thing that kills you more than taking damage is impatience. We see these Immortals are trying to hold on against the Mass Lings that Dongregu has sent in this time. Zealots are coming in to help them out. Looks like this location will be held by Gerald for a second until the Lings at least kill it off, but a lot of the Queens will die in the process for this. All the while, there's a fight going on this side of the map too, and the players are constantly trading out, but we do see that Dongregu's bank is going higher than Gerald's. Gerald trying to secure this space up is really important for him. It's going to give him more longevity in this game. Looks like he will probably kill off Dongregu's base to the right here as these players continue to trade on out. We see Dongregu moving forward with Lurkers this time against this army. Not a lot here for Gerald to hold on against this. The Immortals are retreating. Banelings in this count will do alright against Immortals. Not the most efficient trade, I don't think, but the Immortals were actually all super clump, so they actually didn't do too well. We now see the Mass Lings are going to come on in, and they'll do very well at finishing off those Immortals. Gerald's taking a lot of damage. He's clearing a base to the right while this is going on, but he needs more than that, and all those Immortals did end up dying walking into the Lurkers instead of being saved. That's really painful, and Gerald has lost a lot. He's going to be attacking on in. He maybe wants to get this base, but I guess he feels that he can't. His army just isn't that big. Resources lost are still eerily close, however. Dongregu's just going ham on the aggression, maybe even going to be going for a kill against his opponent. Gerald's got to bring everything back home now, since pretty much Dongregu's got everything here. The Mass Archons will do incredible against DRG's high Ling count. The Lurkers will be pushed away. Overseers in the main base not doing much. But Dongregu did trade off a lot making that fight happen. Making those fights happen. Gerald isn't dead yet. It's not like he's been knocked down to a critically low economy. He's got this Nexus, which is fresh, still mining. He can always try and secure this base to the right. He's got a decent army, a pretty decent bank still. This game is kind of far from over, I'll say. And the way that DRG is playing this out is pretty interesting. Playing it fast and hot by using a mass Ling style. He's got 60 Lings right now to work with his lurkers. They're very quick at getting around the map, but we do see there are Archons here to help out with this. Lings are going to run into the main base. The Zerg force is moving forward. Is there a disruptor shot that's going to go if there's one, but it's really not in position. Carriers are in the main base to try and help out against this. Like, this should end up getting pushed out by the presence of the carriers. Like, and DRG is going to deal damage, but I'm not sure it's enough damage to justify this. He is going to lose these lurkers. They will get pushed away by the Protoss force. All these Lings are going to die in the process too. And so, while Gerald, like, he, I don't know, lost a Stargate, lost a Gateway, he is going to clean all this up. And that was not cost efficient for Dongregu, trading out that many Lings. And he's remaking the Lings. That's the thing too that you got to be careful of. Like, throwing away your Lings is fine if you're switching into a different composition, but if you're just losing those Lings to replace them, maybe not the best choice. Still though, Gerald really feeling the pressure. Dongregu is just throwing his weight around on the map right now, but he's yet to deal with this big Protoss ball. This big Protoss supply. 152 supply for Gerald, 122 for Dongregu. He's not going for a kill move anytime soon because he simply doesn't have the force, I don't believe. Gerald's making another carrier, which I do like to see. He's getting Protoss shields. I'd like to see him make sure that he's got a Cyber Core and get the rest of the Protoss armor upgrades for his fleet. Ruptor Nova going to help kill off some of the spores. Dongregu's going to come on in once again to this location. The army has been split. There's actually not much to deal with the Ultras, but in come the Infestors. Big Disruptor Nova gets a hit, kills off some of the Infestors. Feedback, Psystorm, go down. Shield Battery overcharge, keeping these units alive against the Ultra is really important. And Dongregu has taken this fight, but I'm not sure if it was worth it for him. I mean, he lost a few Infestors. He lost some more units. It's really hard to gauge if that attack was worth it for Dongregu. He does force a Zealot Warping by Gerald in the main base, which is nice. But still, I mean, resources lost are basically neck and neck. Gerald's got this base to the right-hand side, which he can mine from. Dongregu's had this base for a long, long time, but he hasn't even mined much from it. He's barely touched the gas, I think. And so, Gerald giving up this base, which he hasn't mined too much from, could be worth it for him if he manages to secure this base. And Dongregu's bank is starting to go down. He hasn't been emphasizing mining too much. He's been throwing away a lot of supply, a lot of units. And wow, what a match here today. We see Dongregu coming in with Banelings. They're going to kill off those cannons and such, but they're actually a little bit exposed. The Oracle is going to chase these home. There's lots of Psystorm to help out with this, and Dongregu's really not in position to help deal with this. I think he believes he can't deal with this army. Archon's tanking so many Banelings. We see the Zerg going for a counterattack, but that's not going to win this game for Dongregu. Gerald just took a really good fight, cleaning Banelings, cleaning spores. We see a DT's warping in to help deal with these Lings. There's no Overseer with this right now. Now the Overseers are coming on in. But Gerald, he can clean this base out, and that'll be worth it for him as long as he defends his main base before he loses too much. DT is running away, gonna hold this choke point against the Lings, actually doing pretty darn well. More Zealots warping in to hang on. We do see Dongregu teching into Broodlords, but does he even have air dominance right now? I mean, I'm not too sure that he does. We see Gerald, he's now pushing on in towards this location. I'm not sure he wants to go all the way in here. He might want to back out, but he's still getting some good damage done. He's cleaned this base. He's pushed the Zerg player back. He's held on to his main base, which is now sandbagged by, they're sandbagged by Changelings. Dongregu is actually going for a play. And he kind of played himself in a sense. Look at this. His own changelings are really screwing him over. He needs to move those. Big mistake there. All the while, we see a big engagement going down now. Gerald taking a big fight. We see the Broodlords are being transfused constantly. Disruptors getting big connections in the middle of this. Psystorm's going down too. Now the question is there enough in the skies? As most of the interceptors have gone down for the carriers, and there's quite a few corruptors left remaining. Dongregoo does decide to back out, though, feeling he can't take that fight. I guess realizing that there's nothing to deal with the Archon on the ground. And Gerald holds on. And that was a really, really good trade for Gerald. Dongregoo throwing away a lot of supply. Didn't get into the main base of his opponent. These lurkers will get pushed away. A recall gets used even to bring this army back. Gerald can replace some of this force. He's happily mining at this location. He's got this base up to the right-hand side, which he can transfer probes to. Sooner rather than later is better. Corruptors are now going to be moving in towards the main base of Gerald, maybe hoping to grab a carrier that finishes. He might actually be able to get 1 or 2 here, which would be good for him, but oh, in come the Tempest, in come the carriers, and Dongregoo just hasn't played cost-efficient enough. Yeah, like, this is just not good at all for Dongregoo. I think he's pretty much dead. Like, yeah, not good at all. We take a look here. There is a mothership on the way now for Gerald. He figures that it's time. Dear G, I don't even know if he's got a Viper in his army. And yeah, Gerald's he's got this one. There's no way around it. Dear G is mining. He's trying to get up enough supply. This is when the DTs come in to hit this base. That's really going to hurt Dongregoo. The lurkers can't help with this because they can't see the DTs, so Dear G's got to react to that, but he's lost so much supply. He let his economy run out before his bases run out, basically. Like, 50 drones is not enough to trade out as much as he did. And so you pretty much either need to have most of your bases mined out before you start playing like that, or you've got to have an economy going strong enough to replace this. Like, right now, Dear G has got a fresh base. He's still mining a little bit, so in theory, he can get back up to 200. But right now, he's at a really low supply because getting back up on this drone count takes quite a while. And Gerald is just sitting pretty. He's got this base to the right. He's got this base still. He's probably going to take this Nexus, and we see that happening. And if Gerald secures this Nexus up, he has 100% got this game. Right now, he's got it like 90%. I'd say like 95, 99% even. But if he gets this Nexus up, it's 100%. There's no way he can lose it. DRG does cancel that, which is good for him. But yeah, Dongregoo's just in a very, very rough spot at this time. Lurkers are going to move in for Dongregoo again, going to try and make something happen, but like, he's got to get something done. And even killing a few bases at this point is not enough for him. The lurkers are going to burrow. This will force like a Warpin or something, and Immortal's about to pop out, probably on the wrong side of town. But there's a recall. And that's actually going to pull some of these units away. But yeah, still not great. Still not great for DRG. DRG is hoping to get a pick off of some of these carriers that recalled, but now he's just losing his lurkers in the process, losing most of his lurkers as a matter of fact. There's Void Rays on the way for Gerald. Supply is pretty much double that of Gerald. DRG's got the Corruptors to challenge the air army, but there's no way he can engage into the Templar. I don't even think he can take a fight with his Corruptors just purely against the carriers and Tempest. Like, there's 19 Corruptors against 10 carriers, 3 Tempests. Void Rays are being added on too. We do see an Ultra attack at this base, which is a nice play, but then again, Gerald still got the bigger bang. He's coming over. If he kills off these Ultras, this wasn't worth it for DRG, I don't think. Looks like maybe one of the Ultras will die in the process. Gerald will reestablish that Nexus. Does end up pushing away the Zerg. Dongregoo has been buying himself a bit of time. He's been mining gas, so he is getting back up there slowly in supply. He's still got a long way to go, however. Alright, Archon's working away on those Overlords. We see the carriers working away on these Spore Crawlers. Dongregoo's giving up trying to hold on to this. He's going for a Ling counterattack, which is like, yay, great. But at the same time, what does he have to deal with this army right here? I mean, he's trying to buy time by going for these counterattacks, but buy time to what? Is he trying to get out Infestors? Is he trying to get out Vipers? More Corruptors? Or just gain efficiency by killing off all these buildings? Which in a roundabout way he is. I mean, Gerald will have to replace some of these, as he is going to be losing his carrier production. But Now in come the carriers. They're gonna kill off the lurker, kill off all these lings, and Gerald can afford to replace these, whereas DRG cannot. DRG is gonna burrow the lings, which is a cute play. He's got lings moving here to make sure that this base hasn't been taken. That's important. We see a recall go down. That's gonna pull some units over here to defend the spot. Yeah, I mean, Dongregu is giving Gerald the runaround with this. He's up to 154 supply now. So slowly going up. He's getting up a Viper. He's still mining. There's a chance, a very slight chance for Dongregu to win this game. Note, guys, neither player wants to lose this because if they win this match, they're in the money, I think. And they've been playing this cup for hours and hours. And now if we take a look, Time Warp goes down. This is going to be the big fight for Dongregu. He figured it was time. His Ultras are moving in, trying to clean out the Templar, but his Corruptors cannot engage till those Templar are gone. He's eating big size storms. GG gets called. Gerald is able to take the 2-1 over Dongregu. And boy, oh boy, did I say that was a good series, and it delivered hard. What a match there. Now, yeah, really, really great game there. And congrats to Gerald for making it into the top 4 of this cup. He will move on to face the winner of Nina versus Solar. Yeah, all the while Special's playing Armani in the other semifinals. So, yeah, that's really cool to see. But I think I am going to leave there. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in today. I will try and do this next Wednesday. Yeah, I'll try and do this next Monday. I mean, pardon me. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. If you guys can hit that like button before you head on out, I'd appreciate it. That was an awesome game. If you guys can go ahead, subscribe to the channel if you watch this but you weren't subbed. Consider joining the Discord, that's linked in the description. And then, of course, there's the membership program if you do want to support the channel. It goes a long way. But right now, our main drive is if you guys will go ahead and head on over to trovo.live/laughinggames. We're trying to reach the 50 follower goal there. Wow, that game was actually 40 minutes. I did not even realize. I kind of just got sucked into it, that's the good kind of Starcraft to cast. And yeah, I really do appreciate everyone tuning on in today. It's fun to cast these. I know it was a little bumpy at the start, but yeah, it was great. And yeah, well done by Gerald. I think DRG did throw that a little bit, but Gerald's confident in that style. And yeah, alright, I'm gonna head on out, guys. Get ready for work. Do some other things. It's always good to cast these. I'll be back next Monday. Join all those links and stuff. The Egg Butler, Madagon, Steve Peterson, Noble Cyborg. Thanks, guys, for hanging out and chatting. All right. Bye, guys.